Most people believe that playing safe will protect their future. They think avoiding risk means avoiding failure. But let me tell you, safety is often the most dangerous choice. When you avoid challenges, you avoid growth. When you refuse risk, you refuse opportunity. Playing safe feels smart, but it slowly destroys your potential, leaving you with regret instead of progress. Success does not belong to those who hide behind safety. It belongs to those who step into uncertainty and turn it into strength. Most people think safety is progress. They believe that staying secure, avoiding risk, and choosing the familiar will lead to success. But safety is often the greatest obstacle. It slows your speed, kills your momentum, and convinces you that moving slowly is enough. When you live too safely, you don't stop completely, you just slow down. This is more dangerous than failure. Failure teaches you lessons quickly, but safety delays them. Years pass before you realize you've been standing still while others have been moving forward. The comfort of safety is deceptive because it feels like protection. You don't lose much today, so you think everything is fine. But what you lose silently is time. Time is the most valuable currency, and every year spent playing safe is progress you can never buy back. Safety makes you overthink every decision. Instead of acting, you calculate endlessly, waiting for the perfect moment. But perfection never comes. Opportunities slip away while you are still planning. Playing safe means moving so slowly that opportunities always outrun you. The safety that slows you down is not just about careers. It applies to every part of life. In relationships, safety keeps you silent. In business, safety keeps you small. In personal growth, safety keeps you unchallenged. Each area of life becomes a prisoner of comfort. Safety often hides behind excuses. You say, I am being careful. I am being practical. But the truth is, safety is slowing you down. It disguises itself as wisdom, when in reality it is fear wearing a mask. True wisdom acts, but safety waits endlessly. When you play too safe, you lose hunger. Ambition is fueled by risk, the desire to achieve something greater than yourself. But safety convinces you to settle. The hunger that once pushed you forward becomes weaker until you accept an ordinary life. Safety also weakens creativity. Innovation is born from risk, from trying new things and failing along the way. But when you only choose safe paths, you repeat the same patterns. Creativity disappears, and you never discover the new possibilities waiting outside the comfort zone. One of the greatest dangers of safety is that it builds routines that look productive but are not. You go to work, you finish tasks, you follow schedules, but you are not moving toward your true goals. You confuse activity with achievement. Safety slows you down by lowering your standards. Instead of asking, how can I be the best? You ask, how can I avoid failure? This mindset leads to mediocrity. You may not fail badly, but you will never achieve greatly. The truth is, safety makes people average. It keeps you at the same pace as the crowd. You walk instead of run, blend instead of lead. Success requires you to outpace others. But safety keeps you moving just enough not to fall behind completely. Safety also wastes opportunities. Many chances in life are temporary. They require immediate action. But when you hesitate, the window closes. By the time you feel ready, the opportunity is gone. Safety tricks you into waiting until it is too late. Another problem is that safety creates dependence. You cling to jobs, routines, or systems because they feel secure. But the more you depend on them, the more trapped you become. Instead of controlling your life, safety controls you. Safety slows you down because it removes urgency. When you feel safe, there is no pressure to move faster, no reason to stretch yourself. But without urgency, nothing gets done. Safety turns potential energy into wasted energy. Safety also kills resilience. When you never take risks, you never fail. But failure is how you build strength. Without it, you stay fragile. The moment real challenges come, you are unprepared because safety kept you too slow to build endurance. The illusion of safety keeps you blind to change. While you sit comfortably, the world keeps moving. New technology, new competition, new opportunities appear. By the time you notice, you are too far behind. Safety slowed you down until you could not catch up. Playing safe also steals confidence. You think avoiding risk keeps you strong, but the opposite is true. Confidence is built through action, not inaction. The longer you play safe, the more you doubt yourself. Safety robs you of belief in your own ability. Safety seems cheap, but it is expensive. It costs you years of growth, countless opportunities, and the life you could have lived. The price is invisible at first, but over time you realize you paid with your potential. That is the most expensive mistake of all. To break free from safety, you must move faster than fear. Don't wait for perfect certainty. Take steps even when you feel unsure. Momentum builds courage, and courage destroys the illusion of safety. The faster you move, the weaker safety becomes. Safety may protect you from failure today, but it also slows you down until success is impossible. The road to greatness is not found in safety. It is found in courage, in risk, and in speed. Choose movement over comfort, and you will discover how fast you can truly grow. Comfort feels good in the moment, but it is one of the most expensive choices you can make. It never asks for payment up front. It charges interest over time. Every day spent in comfort looks harmless, but the bill arrives later in the form of lost growth and wasted potential. The danger of comfort is that it does not hurt immediately. Hardship teaches lessons quickly, but comfort slowly erodes ambition. You think you are resting, but you are actually decaying. The longer you stay in comfort, the weaker your hunger for success becomes. Comfort convinces you to settle. You say this job is enough, or this income is fine. But comfort's hidden cost is that it blinds you to greater opportunities. It keeps you small when you are capable of being great, locking you in a life of mediocrity. Another hidden cost of comfort is lost time. People spend years in jobs they dislike or routines that do not challenge them simply because it feels safe. By the time they wake up, decades are gone. Comfort slowly steals your most valuable resource, time. Comfort also weakens creativity. Innovation requires challenge, risk, and new thinking. But when you live comfortably, you stop experimenting. You repeat the same patterns and lose the ability to imagine beyond them. Comfort suffocates creativity without making a sound. One of the greatest costs is regret. At the moment, comfort feels rewarding, but later when you look back, you realize how much more you could have done. The regret of wasted potential is heavier than any hardship you could have endured. Comfort also affects discipline. Success is built on consistent effort, but comfort makes you choose ease over persistence. You say, I'll do it tomorrow, or it's not urgent. Slowly, your discipline weakens, and without discipline, ambition collapses. The hidden cost of comfort shows in health too. Many avoid challenges because they are tiring. They sit instead of moving, rest instead of exercising. Over time, comfort steals energy, stamina, and vitality. A body unused to challenge cannot carry big dreams. Comfort shrinks vision. When life feels easy, you stop aiming higher. You think this is enough, even though deep inside you know it isn't. Vision fades when you stop challenging yourself. And without vision, success has no direction. Another cost is missed opportunities. Opportunities often hide in discomfort. New projects, new risks, new skills. Comfort convinces you to avoid them. By the time you realize their value, they belong to someone else who dared to be uncomfortable. Comfort also builds fear. The more you avoid discomfort, the scarier it feels. You stop trying new things because you are too used to safety. Soon, even small challenges look impossible. Comfort does not just weaken ambition, it grows fear in its place. The hidden cost is also invisibility. People who chase growth stand out. They are seen, remembered, and rewarded. But people who stay comfortable remain unnoticed. Comfort hides your potential from the world, leaving your talents buried. Comfort makes you reactive instead of proactive. You stop creating your future and only respond to what life gives you. Instead of shaping destiny, you accept it. That acceptance feels safe, but it quietly steals control from your hands. Another price of comfort is dependency. You cling to stable jobs, fixed routines, or external support because they feel secure. But dependency is dangerous. Once that safety is removed, you collapse. True strength is built in discomfort, not in comfort. Comfort also weakens resilience. When you never face hardship, you never learn how to recover. The first real challenge feels unbearable because comfort did not prepare you. Resilience is born in discomfort, but comfort steals the chance to build it. Comfort's cost is also the death of ambition. As a child, you dream big, but over time, comfort teaches you to settle for less. Slowly, the fire fades. You stop asking, "What if I could?" and start saying, "This is enough." Ambition dies in silence. The trap of comfort is that it feels like success. You may have money, stability, or recognition, but deep inside, you know you are not growing. Comfort gives the illusion of achievement while stealing the possibility of true greatness. Comfort also delays action. You say, "There is no rush, I am fine here." But delay compounds into years of inaction. What could have been built in 5 years is postponed into a lifetime of waiting. Comfort steals momentum until you can no longer move forward. The cost of comfort is not just personal, it is generational. When you choose comfort, you pass the same mindset to your children. They learn to avoid risk, avoid challenge, and live small. Comfort becomes a family tradition, and potential is lost for generations. Comfort may feel like a blessing, but it is often a thief in disguise. Its cost is hidden in wasted time, lost vision, and quiet regret. Greatness does not grow in safety. It grows in discomfort, in risk, and in courage. Break free from comfort, or it will break your future. Many people live in prisons without walls or guards. This prison is called playing small. It does not chain your hands or feet, but it locks your mind. You stay inside because it feels safe, but what you lose is the chance to discover how far you can go. Playing small often starts with fear. You don't want to fail, so you lower your goals. Instead of aiming high, you aim low, so that success feels certain. But when you aim low, you also live low. The prison door is open, but you never step out. The problem with playing small is that it becomes a habit. One small choice leads to another, until your entire life is defined by playing it safe. You convince yourself that this is who you are, but it is only who you allowed yourself to become. This prison is silent because no one forces you into it. You build it yourself with excuses. I am not ready. I am not talented enough. I am not like others. Each excuse becomes a brick in the invisible walls around your potential. Playing small steals opportunities before you even try. When you believe you are not capable, you never apply, never pitch, never start. You surrender chances that could have changed your life, all because you locked yourself in the prison of small thinking. Another reason this prison is dangerous is that it feels comfortable. Playing small demands little effort. There are no big risks, no big challenges, no big failures. But there are also no big rewards. Comfort hides the chains, but you are still not free. The silent prison also blinds you to your gifts. You stop exploring your talents because you assume they are not enough. But greatness is built when you stretch your abilities, not when you shrink them. Playing small hides treasures inside you that the world will never see. When you play small, you also shrink your environment. You surround yourself with people who think the same way, people who also settle. Instead of growing, you remain trapped in a circle of mediocrity. reinforcing the belief that small is safe. This prison does not just affect your future, it steals your present. You feel restless, unfulfilled, and unsatisfied because deep down you know you were meant for more. Playing small may silence ambition, but it cannot silence the voice inside that says, there is more for you. The silent prison also kills resilience, because you never take big risks. You never learn how to recover from them. So when life throws challenges at you, you crumble. Playing small does not protect you. It weakens you for the battles that are unavoidable. Another hidden cost of playing small is invisibility. People who dare to dream big are remembered. Those who stay small are forgotten. History does not record the names of the cautious. It remembers the bold. Playing small may keep you safe, but it also keeps you invisible. The silent prison also shrinks your vision. You stop dreaming big dreams and start dreaming practical ones. You trade possibilities for probabilities. But success is not found in what is probable. It is found in what is possible, if you dare to reach higher. Playing small also affects those around you. Children, friends, and colleagues learn more from your actions than your words. If they see you settle, they may do the same. Your choice to play small becomes permission for others to do the same. This prison is also built from comparison. You look at people ahead of you and say, I can never be like them. Instead of being inspired, you shrink. But the truth is, they were once small too. They just refused to stay there. Another trap is the belief that small equals safe. You think by avoiding risks, you are avoiding pain. But playing small does not protect you from pain. It only guarantees regret. Pain is temporary, but regret can last a lifetime. The silent prison also teaches you to underestimate yourself. Every time you aim small, you reinforce the belief that you are not capable of more. Soon it becomes your identity. You stop asking, what can I achieve? And start saying, this is all I am. Playing small also kills passion. Big dreams ignite excitement, but small ones bore you. You wake up without energy because your goals do not inspire you. Success requires passion, but passion cannot survive in a prison built for smallness. Another cost of this prison is that it wastes your potential. Every gift you leave unused, every talent you leave unexplored, becomes buried inside you. Playing small ensures that your best never sees the light of day, and the world never benefits from your greatness. The good news is that this prison has no real lock. The door is always open. The moment you decide to dream bigger, to risk more, to aim higher, the walls collapse. Playing small is a choice, but so is breaking free. The silent prison of playing small is one of the most dangerous places to live. It feels safe, but it costs you everything: your dreams, your growth, your legacy. Do not let fear convince you to shrink. Step outside, take risks, and show the world how big your potential really is. Security is something every person desires. We want stable jobs, steady income, and predictable routines. But while security feels safe, it often blocks the very opportunities that could transform our lives. What looks like protection can easily become limitation. The truth is, security creates comfort, and comfort creates blindness. You stop looking for what's possible because you already feel safe. Yet opportunity rarely comes in safe packaging. It usually looks risky, uncertain, and uncomfortable. That is why most people miss it. A secure life may prevent sudden failure, but it also prevents sudden growth. You trade the chance of falling for the chance of flying. In choosing not to fail, you also choose not to succeed. Security becomes a quiet ceiling that you never rise above. One of the biggest traps of security is staying in a job you dislike. It pays the bills, so you stay year after year. But in the process, you sacrifice growth, creativity, and freedom. The paycheck feels secure, but the cost is the opportunities you never took. Security blocks opportunity because it kills hunger. When you already feel safe enough, your drive to push further disappears. Hunger is the fuel of ambition, and without it, you move slowly. By clinging to security, you starve the very fire that leads to success. Another hidden danger is that security makes you risk-averse. Every opportunity involves uncertainty, but when you value security above all, you reject opportunities automatically. You stop asking, what if it works? And only ask, what if it fails? That mindset closes doors. The illusion of security is that it feels permanent, but the world is always changing. Jobs disappear, markets shift, economies fall. By the time you realize your security was temporary, the opportunities you ignored are long gone. Security delayed your growth until it was too late. Security blocks opportunity because it makes you overvalue the present and undervalue the future. You protect what you have now, even if it means sacrificing what you could build tomorrow. You cling to the known, while the unknown passes you by. Fear hides behind security. You tell yourself you are being practical, but often you are just afraid. Afraid of losing money, afraid of failure, afraid of judgment. Security feels like a shield, but it is really fear disguised as wisdom. Another problem is that security narrows vision. When you are focused only on safety, you stop seeing beyond survival. You stop dreaming. But opportunities require imagination. You cannot see them if your eyes are fixed only on what you already have. Security also creates dependency. You become attached to systems, routines, or institutions that protect you. But the stronger that dependency grows, the weaker you become. You lose the courage to step outside and explore what else is possible. The cost of security is also missed timing. Many opportunities are time sensitive. They appear once, and if you hesitate, they vanish. But security makes you delay, convincing you to wait for certainty. By the time you act, the chance is gone. Another danger is that security rewards inaction. You think, at least nothing bad happened today. But inaction builds nothing. Days pass without progress, and opportunities slip through your hands while you congratulate yourself for being safe. Security also limits creativity. Innovation is born from risk, trying new approaches, testing new ideas. But security values repetition. You keep doing what has always worked. Over time, creativity dies, and opportunities that require new thinking are invisible to you. The hidden truth is that security is often an illusion. The safe job can be lost, the stable business can collapse, the comfortable routine can be disrupted. What you thought was protection was only temporary. The real security comes from growth, not stagnation. Opportunity always lives in uncertainty. It requires stepping into the unknown, trying something new, and risking failure. If you demand total security, you will never open the doors to opportunity. You cannot have both at the same time. Security blocks opportunity because it convinces you to play small. You lower your goals so they feel safe, but in doing so, you lower your life. Small goals bring small results. Opportunity waits for those who dare to think bigger, not those who hide in safety. The saddest cost of security is regret. Years later, people look back and say, I should have tried, I should have risked more. Security protected them from temporary pain, but left them with permanent disappointment. Regret is the true price of playing safe. To break free, you must redefine security. Real security is not found in a job or a routine. It is found in your ability to grow, adapt, and create value. When you build skills and courage, you carry security within you, and opportunity becomes easier to seize. Security is not always your friend. Sometimes it is the wall that blocks you from greatness. Do not let safety steal your opportunities. Be willing to risk, to step into the unknown, and to embrace discomfort. Because the biggest risk in life is pretending that security will last forever. Life itself is a chance. From the moment you are born, Nothing is guaranteed. Yet many people spend their whole lives avoiding risk, thinking they can live safely forever. The truth is, refusing to take chances is not safety. It is slow self-destruction. When you never take chances, you close the doors to opportunity. Every big success in history came from someone who dared to try even without certainty. Playing it safe feels wise, but it is actually the fastest way to guarantee an average, forgettable life. The danger is not in failing. It is in never trying. Failure gives you lessons, but doing nothing gives you regret. A person who takes chances may stumble, but they grow stronger. A person who never risks remains weak, untested and unfulfilled. Never taking chances creates a habit of fear. Every time you avoid risk, fear grows stronger. Soon, even small steps feel impossible. The longer you hide from risk, the smaller your world becomes, until you are trapped in a cage of your own making. Another danger is mistiming. Opportunities rarely wait. They demand action in the moment. When you avoid taking chances, the world moves forward without you. By the time you feel ready, the chance is gone, and someone braver has already taken it. Never taking chances also kills creativity. Innovation comes from trying something new, uncertain, and risky. If you only repeat what feels safe, you never create anything original. Playing safe ensures that your ideas never grow beyond ordinary. The danger also lies in invisibility. People who take chances are noticed, remembered, and respected, even if they fail. Those who never risk remain invisible. They live quietly, but their lives are forgotten just as quietly. Another hidden cost is lost confidence. Confidence is built by action, by daring and surviving. But if you never risk, you never build confidence. Instead, you doubt yourself more, because deep inside you know you are avoiding your own potential. Never taking chances makes you overly dependent on others. You wait for others to lead, decide, and build. You follow instead of creating. That dependence may feel safe, but it ensures you never become the leader of your own life. The illusion of safety is one of the greatest dangers. People think avoiding risk means protecting themselves. But avoiding chances does not protect your future, it guarantees that nothing changes. Safety without growth is just another word for stagnation. Another danger is that you never discover your limits. Taking chances shows you how strong you are, how much you can handle. Without risk, you live in assumptions, never testing yourself. You may have had greatness inside, but you'll never know. When you refuse chances, you also refuse growth. Growth is uncomfortable, uncertain, and unpredictable. But without it, you shrink. People who never risk stop growing, and people who stop growing eventually lose the spark of life itself. The danger of never taking chances is that regret becomes your only companion. One day you will look back and realize that it wasn't failure that hurt you. It was the opportunities you let slip away. Regret is the heaviest weight a person can carry. Never taking chances also shrinks your circle of influence. Bold people attract attention, partnerships, and respect. Safe people attract nothing. If you never risk, you never connect with the kind of people who can change your destiny. Another problem is that avoiding risk gives you no stories. Every great life is filled with stories of bold decisions. Some that failed, some that succeeded. Without chances, you have nothing to tell, nothing to inspire, and nothing to leave behind. The danger is generational too. When you live small, your children learn to live small. They watch your choices, and they repeat them. By refusing chances, you don't just limit yourself, you limit the generations that come after you. Never taking chances also weakens resilience. Life will bring challenges whether you take risks or not. But if you never practice facing uncertainty, you collapse at the first real problem. Risk builds strength. Safety builds fragility. Another hidden cost is financial. The people who never risk new skills, new ventures, or new investments often stay stuck financially. They work for security, but security limits income. Taking chances is how wealth is built. Safety keeps you paycheck to paycheck. The saddest danger of all is unrealized potential. Every person is born with gifts, but they only grow when tested. If you never take chances, you bury those gifts alive. The world never sees them, and you never experience the person you could have become. The greatest danger is not failure, not rejection, not mistakes. The greatest danger is living a life so safe that you never truly live at all. Taking chances is not a risk. It is the only way to discover your strength, your success, and your freedom. Ambition is the fire that pushes you beyond limits, but playing safe pours water on that fire. At first, the flame burns strong. You dream, you plan, you imagine greatness. But when safety becomes your priority, ambition quietly shrinks. The desire to grow is replaced by the desire to remain comfortable. The first way safety weakens ambition is by lowering your goals. Instead of aiming high, you start aiming for what feels secure. You trade the excitement of chasing greatness for the comfort of certainty. Over time, you forget that you once wanted more. Ambition thrives on risk. When you take chances, your hunger increases and your drive grows stronger. But when you avoid risk, you avoid growth. Playing safe makes ambition weaker because ambition cannot survive in a cage. It needs freedom to stretch. Another way safety destroys ambition is through routine. You fall into patterns that feel secure, doing the same things every day. Routine feels stable, but it starves ambition. Ambition requires change, challenge, and disruption. Without them, it slowly dies. Safety also makes you accept mediocrity. You stop asking, how far can I go? And start asking, what is enough to keep me safe? Mediocrity may feel less stressful, but it is poison to ambition. The moment you settle, ambition has no reason to exist. The comfort of safety replaces hunger with fear. Instead of chasing possibilities, you protect what little you already have. You stop dreaming big because you are afraid of losing small. This reversal of mindset kills ambition before it even matures. Ambition is fueled by urgency. When you know time is short, you act boldly, but safety removes urgency. You say, I have time, I can do it later. Later becomes never, and ambition loses its edge. Safety convinces you to wait until your hunger disappears. Playing safe also damages self-belief. You tell yourself, I cannot handle risk, I am not ready. Slowly you convince yourself that you are less capable than you truly are. Ambition cannot grow in a mind filled with doubt and limitation. Another danger is that safety creates small victories that feel like success. You reach tiny goals and think, this is enough. But ambition was never designed for small wins. It was designed for greatness. Safety gives you crumbs, while ambition demands a feast. Safety weakens ambition because it eliminates challenge. Ambition grows stronger when tested. Like a muscle, it needs resistance to grow. Without challenge, ambition becomes weak, lazy, and unfit for real success. Playing safe also shrinks imagination. Big dreams require you to see beyond what is certain, but safety makes you think only about what is practical, predictable, and already proven. Slowly, your ability to dream fades, and ambition loses its oxygen. Another cost is that safety teaches procrastination. When you avoid risk, you delay action. You say, not today, maybe tomorrow. Procrastination starves ambition, because ambition is only alive when you act without action. Dreams remain fantasies. Safety also destroys resilience. Ambition needs the strength to endure failure. But if you always play safe, you never build that strength. Then when real challenges come, you collapse easily. Ambition cannot grow in a person too fragile to face setbacks. When you play safe, you also limit your network. Bold people connect with other bold people. Safe people connect with safe people. Over time, your environment reflects your ambition. If you surround yourself with cautious minds, ambition has no space to grow. Safety breeds boredom. Life without risk is predictable, and predictable lives rarely inspire ambition. You lose excitement, energy, and passion. Without passion, ambition becomes a distant memory instead of a living force. Ambition also weakens when you stop learning. Safety makes you believe you already know enough, so you stop seeking growth. But learning keeps ambition alive. Without new knowledge, your ambition has no fuel, and it fades into emptiness. The danger of safety is that it builds regret. Ambition dies not only when you fail, but when you realize too late that you never tried. Regret whispers louder than failure, reminding you that safety cost you the future you could have had. Safety convinces you that small risks are unnecessary, but every big success starts with small risks. When you avoid even those, ambition starves. You never build the courage to chase larger dreams, because ambition never grows past its early stages. The truth is, ambition and safety cannot live together. One demands risk, the other avoids it. One pushes forward, the other holds back. If you choose safety too often, ambition weakens until it disappears completely. Safety may protect you from failure, but it also protects you from success. Ambition cannot grow in safety's shadow. It needs light, challenge, and courage. If you want to keep your ambition alive, stop playing safe and start daring greatly. Change feels uncomfortable, but the real danger lies in refusing to change. Staying the same may seem safe, but it carries a hidden price. That price is missed opportunities, wasted potential, and the slow erosion of dreams. Nothing in life stands still. If you refuse to grow, life leaves you behind. The first cost of staying the same is time. Every year you live without growth is a year you cannot get back. While others evolve, you remain stuck. Time is the only resource you can never recover, and the price of wasting it is permanent regret. Another price is stagnation. Success demands motion, but staying the same means standing still. You may not fail dramatically, but you also never rise. Stagnation looks harmless on the surface, but inside, it quietly kills progress and ambition. Staying the same also makes you irrelevant. The world changes fast. Technology, business, and ideas evolve daily. If you remain the same while the world moves forward, you don't just stand still, you move backward. The gap between you and progress grows wider every day. The cost is also boredom. Without growth, life becomes repetitive. You wake up, do the same tasks, and feel the same emotions. Excitement disappears. Passion fades. The price of staying the same is a life that feels empty, even if it looks safe. Another danger is the loss of resilience. Change builds strength because it forces you to adapt. But if you stay the same, you never stretch yourself. Then when unexpected challenges come, you collapse, unprepared for the storm you avoided training for. The price of staying the same is also invisibility. Those who grow are noticed. They attract opportunities and attention. But those who stay the same blend into the background. You become invisible, not because you lack talent, but because you refuse to grow. Staying the same also limits your income. Opportunities to earn more, to create wealth, and to build freedom come from growth. If you remain the same, your earning power remains fixed. Over time, inflation rises. Costs increase, but you stay still. Financial struggle is the price. Another price is broken ambition. As a child, you dream big, but as you grow older and refuse to change, those dreams shrink. You stop asking for more and start telling yourself, this is enough. Slowly, ambition dies, not because it lacked fuel, but because you refuse to grow. Staying the same also poisons relationships. People who grow seek other people who grow. If you remain stuck, your circle shrinks. Friends leave, mentors move forward, and you are left with people who also refuse to grow. Your environment reflects your choice to stay still. The hidden cost is fear. The longer you stay the same, the scarier change becomes. You grow so used to comfort that even small risks feel terrifying. Fear grows stronger and courage grows weaker until you are trapped in your own habits. Another price is missed legacy. A life without growth leaves nothing behind. You may live safely, but you leave no impact. The world remembers those who dared to change, to innovate, to risk. Staying the same ensures your story ends quietly, without influence. The cost of staying the same is also wasted potential. Inside every person lies untapped ability, but potential only becomes reality through growth. If you never stretch yourself, those gifts remain buried. The price is dying with your best still inside you. Another danger is complacency. You tell yourself, I'm fine where I am, but fine is the enemy of great. Complacency convinces you that you don't need to grow. By the time you realize the truth, years of opportunity have already slipped away. The price is also mental decline. Growth sharpens the mind, while staying the same dulls. Without new challenges, your thinking slows, your creativity weakens, and your perspective narrows. The mind, like a muscle, atrophies without exercise. Staying the same also costs freedom. Growth creates options, new jobs, new skills, new paths. Without it, you remain locked in whatever life gives you. You think you are free, but in reality, you are trapped by your own lack of progress. Another cost is generational. When you refuse to grow, your children and those who look up to you inherit the same mindset. You teach them not with words, but with your choices. Staying the same becomes a cycle passed on, limiting lives beyond your own. The price of staying the same also shows up in regret. At the end of life, people rarely regret what they tried and failed. They regret the risks they never took, the growth they avoided. Regret is heavier than failure because it cannot be fixed. Another cost is lost opportunities that never return. Growth attracts doors that only open once. By staying the same, you miss them forever. The world does not wait for those unwilling to grow. Opportunity rewards action, not hesitation. Staying the same may feel safe, but it is the most expensive decision you can make. Its price is regret, wasted time, lost potential, and invisible impact. Growth may be uncomfortable, but it is the only way forward. Choose growth or pay the price of staying the same. Growth does not happen in the comfort of what you already know. It begins the moment you step into the unknown, where nothing is guaranteed. The unknown feels risky, but it is where real transformation lives. Those who dare to walk into it discover possibilities. The safe never see. The unknown is frightening because it strips away certainty. You cannot predict outcomes, and you cannot control every detail. Yet this is where growth begins. It forces you to adapt, to think differently, and to find strength you didn't know you had. Most people avoid the unknown because it feels dangerous. They would rather stay with what they understand, even if it limits them. But staying safe only guarantees sameness. The unknown may feel threatening, but it also carries the seeds of breakthrough. Stepping into the unknown exposes you to failure, but that failure is your teacher. Every mistake becomes a lesson that shapes you. Without entering unknown territory, you never collect the lessons that build wisdom and resilience. The unknown also reveals hidden opportunities. You cannot discover new markets, new skills, or new paths by staying where you are. You must walk into spaces you have never been before. Opportunities are not found in safety. They live in uncertainty. Growth requires discomfort, and the unknown delivers it. You feel nervous, unsure, even afraid, but discomfort stretches you. It builds muscles that safety cannot. Every step into the unknown expands your capacity to face bigger challenges. The unknown forces you to rely on creativity. In familiar territory, you use old solutions. In the unknown, old solutions don't work. you are forced to think differently, to innovate. That is why the greatest inventions and breakthroughs always come from uncertain journeys. Another gift of stepping into the unknown is confidence. At first, you feel weak, but as you keep moving, you realize you are stronger than you thought. Every small success in uncertainty builds self-belief. Confidence is not born in safety, it is born in courage. The unknown is also the testing ground of ambition. Anyone can dream in safety, but only those willing to risk the unknown prove how much they truly want it. Ambition without action is fantasy. The unknown separates dreamers from doers. Stepping into the unknown also teaches humility. You realize how little you control, how much you need to learn. This humility makes you open, adaptable, and willing to grow. Pride lives in safety, but humility and true growth lives in uncertainty. The unknown strips away excuses. In safe places, you can blame the system, the environment, or luck. But in the unknown, excuses don't work. You are forced to act, to take responsibility, to own the path you are walking. Another power of the unknown is perspective. When you step into unfamiliar places, you see life differently. You gain insights, meet new people, and experience new challenges. These perspectives reshape your vision and expand your understanding of success. The unknown also builds resilience. Every time you step into it, you face fear and survive. Each survival strengthens you. Over time, the unknown becomes less intimidating because you know you can handle whatever it brings. The cost of avoiding the unknown is regret. You will always wonder, what if I tried? That question haunts people for life. Stepping into the unknown may bring failure, but it will never leave you with the pain of not knowing. The unknown creates leaders. Followers stay in safe zones, waiting for someone else to guide them. Leaders step first, without certainty, and inspire others to follow. True leadership is born when you dare to walk into places no one else is willing to go. The unknown also multiplies opportunities. Every risk you take opens new doors. You may start with one uncertain step, but that step leads to a path filled with unexpected chances. One unknown decision can change the course of your entire life. Stepping into the unknown is also the fastest way to learn. Books and theories prepare you, but real learning comes from experience. The unknown forces you into real challenges where lessons are sharp, unforgettable, and practical. Another reward is legacy. The people remembered in history are those who dared to face the unknown. They took risks others avoided, and their courage built stories that lasted. If you want your life to matter, you cannot stay in the safe zone. The unknown tests your faith in yourself, in your vision, in your ability to adapt. Each uncertain step strengthens belief. Belief is not built in comfort. It is built when you keep walking, even though the path is unclear. The unknown is not your enemy. It is your doorway. It is the place where growth hides, waiting for those brave enough to enter. If you want success, if you want transformation, you must step into the unknown. Because the biggest risk is not the unknown. It is staying where you are. The truth is, safety may keep you from falling, but it also keeps you from climbing. Every time you choose the safe road, you give away a piece of your future. Potential is not built in comfort zones. It is discovered in risk, in challenge, and in the courage to act when nothing is guaranteed. If you continue to play safe, life will pass by while you stand still. But if you dare to step forward, even without certainty, you will unlock doors you never imagined. Don't let safety steal your destiny. Choose growth, even when it feels risky, because that is where success lives.